An atheist or agnostic person, who is interested in learning about Islam, posed a question hoping to get a comprehensive answer. The question is, why am I here and in this city specifically? Why was I born to this family? And why are my appearance, characteristics, and personality as they are now? The answer. The question posed touches on deep issues of existence and identity, which are topics related to humanity's relationship with the universe, the Creator, and the purpose of life. It is well known that many Islamic studies have attempted, with various approaches, to establish an intellectual and cultural framework for such questions. Here, we attempt to offer a brief approach, hoping the questioner finds what they were seeking. To begin, I would like to point out that merely raising these questions reflects that the questioner, even if they do not believe in Allah, relies in their thinking on an important mental premise: that behind existence there is wisdom and purpose, and that things do not happen in vain. This hypothesis is the foundation upon which the human mind rests when searching for explanations for the meaning of life or their role in it. If a person believed that everything happens without a cause or purpose, they would not find the motivation to ask these questions in the first place. Therefore, the mere posing of these questions reflects an implicit acknowledgement of the existence of an order and wisdom, even if the questioner is unaware of them. In other words, we can say that the questioner is either accepting the existence of a certain rational necessity that dictates wisdom and purpose for everything in this existence, or they are denying it and do not acknowledge any purpose or wisdom in this existence. In the second case, it is not permissible for them to ask such questions as long as everything in their view is utter futility. In the first case, they are required, before anyone else, to explain this wisdom and answer those questions themselves. Since the atheist plays the role of someone ignorant of the wisdom of life, they have no choice but to remain ignorant or adhere to what the prophets brought, as they are the only source that spoke about the wisdom and purpose of existence. They are not entitled to reject what the prophets brought without having an alternative. What atheists usually do is reject what the prophets brought, ridicule religion as a philosophy of life, and then remain in ignorance, loss, and nothingness. It is sufficient at this point to answer these questions briefly. Why am I here? Before answering this question, we must realize that the wisdom in specific details may sometimes escape us, but we believe that their existence is not arbitrary, based on a general wisdom that governs the entire universe. For example, electronic devices are composed of a large and complex group of tiny components. We use the device for the purpose for which it was made. If we ask someone about the wisdom behind a small piece inside this device and they do not know the reason for its existence, their lack of knowledge does not mean that its existence is futile and without benefit. The reason for this is that we know the overall wisdom and purpose, which is sufficient to give us an implicit explanation for everything inside this device. This is also the case with life and existence. It is not necessary for us to understand everything in existence and life in detail, but it is enough to know the general wisdom that makes us accept that nothing exists without a purpose or wisdom. Similarly, Islam offers an integrated intellectual concept about the philosophy of existence and life. Allah created this universe with great wisdom, and every part of it has its role. Allah Almighty says, "And we did not create the heaven and the earth and what is between them in vain." That is the assumption of those who disbelieve, so woe to those who disbelieve from the fire. Surah Sad, verse 27. This means that everything in the universe has a purpose, even if we do not grasp its details at a specific moment. We have previously touched upon the philosophy of existence, life, and the purpose of human existence in various answers published on the Center's website. Why in this city? Existing in a specific place or within a defined time and history is part of the divine plan that is commensurate with your responsibility in life. The duty of a person is not to answer the question, "Why was I created in this place and at this time?" Rather, the duty is to answer the question, what is my role? And what are my responsibilities that I must carry out in this place and at this time? In any place and at any time a person exists, this question will also remain. Why this place and this time and not another? This type of question has no beginning and no end. Allah tests people in different places and circumstances, and this city may be part of your personal test or your role in improving its condition or benefiting from it. Why was I born to this family? The same idea applies here. The family is the environment in which we grow up, where we face unique challenges and opportunities.
Your birth into a specific family may be part of your test, or part of your role in improving this family.
Life does not revolve around chance, rather, everything is precisely planned. Allah Almighty says, "Indeed, all things we created with a precise measure." Surah Al-Qamar, verse 49. Why are my characteristics and personality as they are now? Physical and personal characteristics are part of the divine design that makes every individual unique. The differences among people are not random, rather, they are part of life's diversity. Allah Almighty said, "It is Allah who made for you the earth a place of settlement and the sky a structure and formed you and perfected your forms." Surah Ghafir, verse 64. This means that Allah created man in his best state suitable for him to perform his role. In conclusion, the general wisdom in Islam confirms that everything happens with precise predestination and a clear goal, even if we do not always understand the details. When the questioner asks about the details of their existence, they must begin by acknowledging that there is a general wisdom to existence, and this general wisdom is what gives them confidence that everything in their life, including their place, family, and characteristics, has a purpose based on this greater wisdom. Prepared and summarized by Al-Maktaba Al-Islamiyya Al-Imamiyya channel. According to the Center for Doctrinal Monitoring.